saved a boy with faith like the breeze. The sorcerer cursed us all night and day, but the boy, he knelt down to pray. Witches whispered secrets in the air, herbs of darkness, evil's lair. The boy found strength in his holy book, determined to free us with one brave look. Boy of the light, heart full of hope, facing the shadows, learning to cope. With drums of joy, lifting his soul, he saved the village, made us whole. His prayers turned to fire, strong and true, burning away all the darkness we knew. The evil fell to his unwavering might. Our hearts now dance in the gleam of night. The villagers saw the sky turn blue, the darkness vanished, the world felt new. The boy stood tall, his faith unbroken, in every word of love he'd spoken. Boy of the light, heart full of hope, facing the shadows, learning to cope. With drums of joy, lifting his soul, he saved the village, made us whole.
Our town was dying, though no one dared say it out loud. People aged quickly, falling ill and fading away before they reached 45. No one prospered. No one ever escaped the clutches of poverty. Education was a distant dream, just like living to see your grandchildren grow. It wasn't natural. Something was terribly wrong. But what? None of us knew. The town was cursed. Our water, our food, even the herbs meant to heal us were poisoned with dark magic, and those behind it walked among us, quiet, untouchable. The witch, the sorcerer, and the herbalist. They controlled everything, but not openly. No, they were clever, weaving their spells in the shadows, making sure no one lived long enough, learned enough, or got wealthy enough to challenge them. The witch cursed the river. The sorcerer cast his spells over the crops we ate. The herbalist poisoned the very medicines we trusted to cure us. Every day, we swallowed their curse, and it strangled us slowly. But they were untouchable. Anyone who questioned them was met with whispers or worse, disappearances. Then came Pastor Olumide. He was different. Born here but raised elsewhere, he returned with hope, with faith. He saw the evil woven into the very fabric of our lives. He spoke out against it, called it what it was, wickedness. He preached about breaking the curse, about setting the town free. For the first time in years, we felt something stir in us. Maybe things could change. But the witch, the sorcerer, and the herbalist were smarter. They couldn't let him undo all their work. They whispered in the king's ear, telling him the pastor was a danger, a traitor. They said he would destroy the town, bring chaos, turn the people against him. The king, already bewitched, believed them. His mind twisted by their dark magic, he condemned Pastor Olumide to death. I'll never forget that day. The whole town was called to the square, the air heavy with fear. The king's guards dragged Pastor Olumide to the center, his hands tied behind his back. He didn't struggle, didn't fight. He just looked at us, his eyes calm, as if he already knew this wasn't the end. His wife, the king's youngest daughter, was there too, clutching her swollen belly, screaming for mercy. She fell to her knees, begging her father, pleading for her husband's life. But the king was blind, trapped in the witch's spell. He raised his sword, and with one swift stroke, it was over. Pastor Olumide's blood soaked the earth as his wife wailed, collapsing beside his lifeless body. The trio had won, or so they thought. Years passed, and the town sank deeper into darkness. People died younger, sicker, and poorer. Pastor Olumide's child Tobi was born far away, raised by his mother in secret. He grew strong, but none of us knew him. The memory of the pastor faded, like everything else in this cursed land. When Tobi returned as a teenager, none of us expected what would follow. He came quietly, like a stranger. His mother had told him nothing about the curse, nothing about his father's death. He was just a boy visiting his father's family, looking for connection in a town that had long forgotten its own soul. The witch, the sorcerer, and the herbalist saw him, but they weren't worried. He wasn't born here, wasn't tied to the land by birth. They believed he couldn't possibly break their curse. So they let him live, confident in their power. But fate had other plans. One evening, Tobi was served a local dish by his cousins. The moment he ate it, everything changed. His eyes went wide, and he clutched his face, gasping. "I can't see," he cried. His cousins panicked, rushing to help him, but it was too late. He was blind. The curse was trying to kill him, just like it had killed his father. But Tobi didn't give up. He asked to be led to the river, the cursed river, the one no one dared drink from. His cousins, trembling, guided him there. As they reached the riverbank, he knelt down, cupping his hands in the cool water. He splashed it on his face, desperate for relief. And then, something happened. The air shifted. The sky darkened. Tobi's hands, still wet from the water, began to tremble as blood poured from his forehead, dripping into the river. We watched, frozen in shock, as the water bubbled like something was rising from deep below. And then we saw it. A massive python slithered out of the river, its body thrashing wildly. The ground shook as it writhed in agony, finally collapsing dead on the riverbank. Tobi gasped and blinked. His sight had returned. The curse was broken. The moment his blood touched the water, the ancient magic that had gripped our town for generations shattered. The python's death was the final sign. The evil that had poisoned our land was gone. The town erupted into chaos, shouts of joy, disbelief, and fury. The people had finally awakened from their nightmare, and they were hungry for justice. The witch, the sorcerer, and the herbalist were hunted down. There was no trial, no day. There was no trial, no debate. We dragged them into the streets, their eyes wide with fear for the first time in their lives. They knew their time had come. We burned them alive, the flames licking the sky as their screams echoed through the town. The same fire that had consumed our hope for so long now purged us of their evil. And as the smoke cleared, we were free. Tobi lived on, a quiet figure in the background. He never sought power, never wanted to be a hero. He just lived. A reminder of his father's sacrifice and the light that had been buried within us all along. Tobi latter became the leader of the biggest church in the town before he was eventually chosen as the next king of the town. And our town, it flourished. We grew old. We grew wise. We grew rich. But none of it would have happened without the boy who returned. The boy with the power to touch the cursed water and free us all.
The village sang in harmony, their boy had set them free. In the heart of the forest deep and wild lived a boy, so pure, a mystic child. The village was cursed by 3 dark souls, witch, the herbalist whispers in the coals. Echoes in the night, tears in the rain. He fought the demons, took on their pain. Destroyed the curse, but lost his way. Prayers in the dark, the boy could stay. The witch, with eyes of burning fire, lured the boy into her darkened mire. He stood his ground, heart steady and bold, with faith as his weapon, story to be told. Demonic herbalist with potions vile laughed as he summoned spirits so wild. The boy's faith turned the tide around. Evil shattered as they hit the ground. Echoes in the night, tears in the rain. He fought the demons, took on their pain. Destroyed a curse, but lost his way. Prayers in the dark, the boy could stay. The witch, with eyes of burning fire, lured the boy into a darkened mire. He stood his ground, heart steady and bold, with faith as his weapon, story to be told. Demonic herbalist with potions vile laughed as he summoned spirits so wild. The boy's faith turned the tide around. Evil shattered as they hit the ground. Echoes in the night, tears in the rain. He fought the demons, took on their pain. Destroyed the curse, but lost his way. Prayers in the dark, the boy couldn't stay. The sorcerer, cloaked in shadows deep, cast spells of sorrow, lay groan and weep. Yet the boy's light pierced through the night, banished the darkness.